The Golden State Warriors were once the gold standard of the NBA, dominating the league with an incredible blend of talent.
And then this year, All-NBA third team. Bogus bounce pass to Curry. Wild shot off the glass. It goes in.
Chemistry.
Curry behind the back. Barbosa for three. It's good.
And innovation.
And they've got two bigs in against the small lineup.
But the 2024 to 2025 NBA season is showing us that even the greatest dynasties can run into turbulence. From injuries to roster imbalances and unexpected struggles, the Warriors seem to be dealing with more problems than we ever expected to see from this team. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into everything going wrong with the current Golden State Warriors. First up, let's talk about the obvious. The injuries. We all know how important health is in the NBA, and unfortunately, it's a constant theme for the Warriors. We've seen Stephen Curry miss time with various injuries over the years, but what's more concerning in 2024 is that his ability to get going offensively just isn't what it used to be. Sure, his shooting efficiency is still solid, he can still hit from deep and put up points when needed, but Curry's ability to take over games, break down defenses, and light up the scoreboard at will is fading. He's not able to get off shots with the same fluidity or speed that made him nearly as unstoppable in his prime. His movement off the ball isn't as explosive, and his first step seems slower than before. Curry's style was built on constant motion and using screens to create space, but now defenders can guard him more easily, and he's not able to shake free as quickly. This affects the entire flow of the offense as the Warriors rely on him to generate not just points, but keep the offense flowing with his gravity and ball movement. Without that, the Warriors look a little more stagnant, and his teammates have to step up in ways they weren't always equipped for. Now, let's talk about something that's actually been a positive for the Warriors, their depth. Unlike in past seasons where the Warriors relied heavily on their top stars, this roster has significantly more balance and flexibility. This team has managed to bring in solid contributors like Dennis Schroeder, who provides a reliable backup point guard presence. His leadership and ability to run the offense when Curry needs rest have been crucial. They also have young players like Jonathan Kuminga, who's taken a step forward this year. While he's still developing and refining his game, it's clearly showing more confidence, especially on both ends of the floor. He's attacking the basket more aggressively and even showing flashes as a defender. But we have to remember, he's still a work in progress. The consistency just isn't there yet. Still, his development could be key for the Warriors in the long run if he continues to grow and adapt to the team's system. The Warriors bench isn't perfect, but it's definitely deeper than it's been in recent years. The real issue here, though, is consistency. While the Warriors have the pieces to be deeper and more versatile, they haven't been able to put it together on a nightly basis. There's a lack of rhythm at times with the second unit, and it's still unclear how to fully integrate all these players into a system that was once built on fluidity and ball movement. On the defensive end, the Warriors have actually been solid overall, but there have been some occasional lapses. Draymond Green has continued to be the anchor of the defense, playing at a high level and showing that his basketball IQ is still among the best in the league. He remains a key factor in protecting the rim, defending in space, and directing traffic. Alongside him, Andrew Wiggins has stepped up as the team's second best defender, bringing versatility and the ability to guard multiple positions. His length, athleticism have been huge for the Warriors, especially when it comes to defending opposite wings and creating turnovers. However, the team has had its moments where communication breaks down or individual matchups get exposed, especially when facing teams with multiple offensive threats. These occasional lapses can sometimes allow opponents to go on runs, but they weren't the constant issues they were at some points in past seasons. As a whole, the defense has been good, enough to keep them competitive, but it's clear, like any team, they need to continue ironing out the wrinkles to become a more consistent defensive force. When it comes to team chemistry and fit, the pieces are there. It's the execution that needs to work. The Warriors have the talent, the roster is deep, and players are generally fitting their roles. The issue though here is that the team plays under their current system. With Curry not being the offensive juggernaut he once was, the Warriors' offensive style needs to evolve. He's still capable of putting up 20 points on any given night, but he isn't the game changer we saw in past seasons, where he could explode for 40 plus points and single-handedly turn the tide of the game. This change in Curry's playstyle is going to force the Warriors to adjust, and this is where the coaching staff needs to step in and make the right adjustments. Curry's game was built on high-speed movement, explosive ball handling, and constant pressure on the defense. As he ages, that aspect of his play has slowed down. While he's still a threat from anywhere on the court, the Warriors need to adapt their offensive scheme to get the most out of him without overburdening him. This is where the coaching staff can take the charge. They need to find ways to optimize Curry's skill set and the roles of his teammates. One of the biggest adjustments needed is how they utilize Jonathan Kuminga. This season, Kuminga has showed more flashes of his potential, especially in attacking the basket and contributing defensively. The Warriors have started to give him more responsibility, but there's still a lot more room to unleash him. He has the talent to be a game changer, but the team needs to completely loosen the reins and allow him to take more chances to develop a more constant offensive game and contribute in a bigger way. Right now, he's still playing within limits, but if the Warriors want to see his true potential, they need to give him the freedom to thrive and let him figure it out. On top of that, Wiggins has already shown that he's capable of being a key contributor on both ends of the floor. His offensive consistency has improved, and defensively, he's been a stabilizing force. The Warriors need to continue empowering him, but the real focus has to be on Jonathan Kuminga and creating more opportunities for him to develop and shine. The coaching staff's ability to make these adjustments will be critical. They need to reimagine how the offense flows and how they build around Curry, while still pushing Kuminga to become the player they hope he can be. While their depth is certainly a strength, it hasn't been utilized to its full potential yet. The Warriors might need a reset, whether it's finding more depth in trade market, developing the younger players faster, or even considering a shift in the team's overall structure. Until they figure it out, they might find themselves on the outside looking in, rather than competing for another championship. For now, it's going to take more than just Curry's brilliance to get this team back on track. The Warriors have to adapt to a new era, and how they respond will define the future of this once great dynasty. That's all for today, folks. The Warriors dynasty might not be dead yet, but it's certainly facing some tough challenges. Will they find a way to rebuild and get back to championship contentions? Only time will tell. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more NBA analysis. Wise out.